Last we left, we were on what felt like the final boss fight, but who knows? We'll see. I'm gonna turn the game audio up a teensy bit.
Bayonetta.
Yes, last save checkpoint, please. We'll see what it counts as my last save checkpoint. Oh, we still had the Link costume on from last time. What does that say? Check. Cables are connected to the giant pillar in the center of the room. Hello. Ouch. I feel like the rose petals when you take damage is a cool effect. There we go, good dodge. Yeah, great scene. I totally agree, Flarewing. I love that sort of storytelling in games or movies. Too many stories try to do that with dialogue, I think. Dizzying amount of information is streaming over the control panel's monitor. Whoa. Oh, evil Bayonetta things. These guys are fun. I might like to play this game again sometime off stream and try to like get all platinum medals. It would be fun to practice the combat. It's not about can you win in this game, it's like can you win perfectly, dodge everything on time. Why OS is parody so right on? That's a good question. This is a very interesting setting. Clearly isn't that connected to Earth. Maybe kind of based on Earth. Some of the realms connected to it, I should say. I would love to spend, you know, a couple hours in the brain of the Bayonetta creator. Yeah, it's correct, we're playing this on the same day as Okami, right? It's similar teams that worked on Bayonetta and Okami, even though those games couldn't be more different. God, bone wheels, angel wheels. That his favorite enemy. I love that it's the old school, like, Link to the Past rupee sound effect too. Shit, that was not fun. This game's all about getting a witch time early, and then doing a ton of damage as a result. It can be easier said than done sometimes, though. It's true. I do have a grading system tell you how much you sucked at every encounter. I feel like it's a little bit easier to cheese. Now that was a waste. I don't think I can undo that. That was the, like, one-up thing. Whoa! This asshole again. I think that's Yahweh, maybe? I don't know. He's a dick, though. The new God of War, they put up the poster for E3, it looks really cool. It's going for the really bright colors, finally. It's kind of like a Norse theme, it sounds like. We don't know if it's the same Kratos yet or not, but... God of War would be another. I mean, we could do that as a series focus at some point. It's fairly short. I think I got 90% of the way through God of War 1 and maybe played a little bit of God of War 2. That was about it. Really important games, as well as being quite good. Hey, dickbag. Good thing it keeps you from jumping off the edge there. Ride, huh? Shit, that's not what I meant to do. They had that Afterburner segment too, which is pretty crazy, right? The arcade game that was in Shenmue, the same music and everything. Maybe I want to do the touchscreen controls. I can try it. What if I just like tap the things on the screen or how it wants me to do it? I don't think I've messed around with that at all. Wow, would I actually use that in the game normally? Jeez, that's complicated. No, I'm good. Happy it's a thing, but... Does a corporation really need all these armaments? Hey, Shadow Kitty. I'm doing alright. How have you been? Okay, let me try this. Kind of shoot them, but not really. Because you have to shoot them before they get a certain proximity to you, and then it's too late. That seems to always do damage to me. Oh, cool. Yeah, Bioshock Infinite was a long time ago. I'm actually going to be vodcasting that pretty soon since we have that feature finally on Twitch. Okay, glad I moved out of the way. I'm going back through and broadcasting everything we ever did on Twitch in order of when we first did it. I think Bioshock Infinite's coming up pretty soon on that schedule. Hey, Washu, how's it going? You haven't missed too much, just dying to this boss. You gotta get out of dodge, right? But do a better job than that in getting out of dodge. Yeah, it gets more story focused, right? I agree with you. I tend to not care for FPS games most of the time. But Bioshock has a lot more in common with an RPG, I think, in the day. Yeah, I liked Infinite better than Bioshock as well. Probably because I played it first, but I also had a lot of the original Bioshock spoiled for me. I connect a little bit better to, like, the whole American exceptionalism, racism, and hyper-religiosity being an evil than the Ayn Rand fear of the original Bioshock. Both of them are very good. Best games ever made. Connected much more thematically with Bioshock Infinite. I wonder if you can witch time dodge that. Maybe. Look if there is some slowdown. Ow. I get a chance to block those. Okay, I think I have a better sense of how you're supposed to aim with this thing now. I don't think I've let him use his super move yet, unless that's just something he does randomly. Also possible. I think the first combat sequence in Bioshock Infinite is going to stick with me for a really long time. The whole thing leading up to it is just really, really well executed. Yeah, very, very pretty. I think it did a good job, too, of like showing you that world before it starts to go to hell, whereas as soon as you get to Rapture, everything's already going to hell. It's harder to appreciate. Has that cool effect, too. You're playing Bioshock and you're like, this place seems kind of nice. This place seems kind of too nice. Everyone here is white. Something's not right. They did a really good job of concealing all that stuff from you until the last possible moment, right? But they get you to start suspecting it at the same time. Oh, okay. This flimsy a gate. Here we can go. They're usually pretty good at telling you what the destructibles are. Hey, I pressed the button in time that time. First try, I've missed all those other jump prompts. I think they all lead to game overs if you screw them up. Maybe I don't want to ride on that. We're going down or up? Actually, not sure. Maybe I am going up. Oh, right. The moon. That makes sense. Whoa! All the elevators. This game's set pieces are crazy. The whole thing feels like the end game. It makes it really hard to tell when you're at the end game. This might be the long hallway. Facing the wrong way is pretty cool, I have to say. Okay. Gross. Scary baby angel. I'll let this one kill me so I can start it with full health. We fought this guy before, too. Try it again. Shadow remains cast. Sorry to hear that. Okay. Don't take a bunch of damage unnecessarily because we can walk on walls. Trigger the long hallways song. touch that too. I think I've seen anything quite like that. It does now. There's a pretty long segment after the first two elevators fall where there's nothing happening until this thing spawns. It's vertical too. It's a long shaft. Who wants a long shaft? Not I. I think I can get witch time in this fight. At least I can get the other power-ups, but... Not doing freezing anymore? There's witch time, although now the enemy's too far away for me to hit him. Interesting to have that be the one attack that can trigger it. Always a creepy chirp had to get some hits off on him. Oh, I see. That's pretty cool, and they're having me use the moonlight thing to climb up it. Right, I can run. That's so gross. None of the normal jazzy music for this. See a Nodovan? It is. Silver medal. Jump. Interesting. Music cut out. What's happening next? Cool. That's a pretty sweet set piece. I like how they have those, like, conveyance lines there. Stripper pole dance. Yeah, right? Where's Kefka? Well, that's not what you're meant to do. The only thing I was able to interact with, I think, so we're supposed to use these to get up to the top, presumably. I should probably let myself die, though. So I can start this again from full health and do that real quick. Whoa! Go away if you keep you from jumping off. I think I got one stage in this whole game where I got better than a stone rating. Some of these go away over time, I guess. Okay. I see. Hello. Cool. Whew. That can be stressful. Where are we going to right now? I think this is ultimately where they want to send us, right up here. Maybe I'm not actually supposed to be able to come here? Oh wait, here we go. Did I have to jump? No, I can't jump to get closer. Interesting. Is that a thing I want to reach? It looks like there's a thing over there. Let's see if I can get there. Oh, I see a door over that way too. Da-na-na-na. Who doesn't love Umbran Tears of Blood? Increase your magical power. Sweet. It requires not making mistakes, though. Each time you screw up, you lose almost all your magic power up to that point. Here we go. Oh, this is so good. Boss rush. It's got some power up that I can use to get Witch Time. I don't remember which one it was though. That might have been it. Ouch. Look, it has less health than when we fought it the first time, so that's nice. Give me the hands. It's cool how the Panther kind of punishes you for trying to spam dodge and making you dash instead of dodge. So you can't use it to try to get a lucky witch time, right? You have to work for it. Otherwise, though, you have unlimited dodges, so... Well, let's get the clapping hands again. I was able to do damage here from the outside. I didn't even know that was possible. Climax. Did I just miss the opportunity to do it? I guess it gets its health back if you don't climax. There we go. There's the cool jazz music for finishing off an enemy. Pylomancer. Appreciate that those things always like show you where the button you're spamming is on the controller. I can never keep track. It's the top button. That was pretty funny. It was very Bayonetta. Other elevator? Shit. Maybe this is the real long hallway. Yeah. Finally again. Holy shit. Like Have you all heard of Too Much? No. This is our boss rush. It's the Futurama jokes. Like, this must come from a planet that's never heard of the phrase "tone it down." I started this fight low on resources, so I can probably save those for the final boss, right? As ridiculous as that is. If I die, I start this one over for free with full resources. There might be a fight later where I don't have the luxury of dying or health back. Come on. That was a different attack animation than it usually does. That's a bummer, he was so close. Whew. I think the most ridiculous kill animation so far was the one with the cherub statue that was peeing. We got it to pee gasoline. That was pretty ridiculous. Good job, Bayonetta. Gold medal, huh? Red liquid flowing through these cables, pumping into the sphere. Seems like an efficient construction. Whoa. Rainbow Road. Palo Road. Alright, maybe this is the long haul. You can't guess with Bayonetta. I don't even know why I try to guess. Oh, that's really cool looking. Very pretty. The giant city down there. Tower to Truth.
What a day!
That's a bummer. Longest hallway, right?
Ladies and gentlemen, it's what you've been waiting for. Angel Attack!
And then you have this minigame, just because. Better than I usually do. Take it. 50. I guess you could do better. Red Hot Shot would have been nice. Vast amounts of vitality. I like that. Sounds good. You can give us one more shot to go to the store before what may be the final battle. Who knows at this point? The Lumen Sage. We'll switch back to the default Bayonetta costume for this. I think that's probably correct. Costume change. Restore default, yes. Oops, no, not Jefferson's. Got some money, I can see if there's a couple more healing items I can buy.
Take care of my babies, will you?
Some people may have a thing for the 45s, but to me, these are the real works of art.
This game's cutscene style. It's all over the place. It's fantastic. Okay, so we get another red hot shot. It's actually not as expensive as I thought it was. That's cool. All the green lollipops are sold out, though. Simply raise one's attack power. Impregnable shield. Cover magic. You want the impregnable shield. It's pre-healing, right? Disc Priest lollipop. She's so over the top. It's really funny. Alright, here we go. Let's do it.
What follows those living in the light is nothing but the profound, empty darkness born from the shadow that grows longer as they approach the brilliant.
I mean, the Kafka thing's not too far
To
off.
truly see, your eyes must be open to both light and dark.
Baby Bayonetta.
Don't you agree, my dear child?
Mummy's here! Mummy's here! Mummy!
Little one.
You've arrived, my dear, sweet Cereza. My, why the grim face, my dear? As a child, your smile was warmer than the sun.
So, you are the last of the Lumen Sages.
Okay, so that's not quite as big of a deal as like fighting God, which I thought we were doing.
Is Balder.
What's up,
But
Balder?
if you so choose, you may address me as Father. There is much you have forgotten. It has been 500
Looks like David Bowie.
years since we last met. If
Like,
your
to the point I wonder
memory
if he's
was still
based on
intact,
David Bowie.
This would have been a much more emotional reconciliation.
How did you get the girl?
Wonder if his package is as
Where
competitive.
shall I begin? We, the Lumen Sages, and your Umbra Witches, have long been the overseers of history,
Exposition
each bearing
time.
witness with their own eye. This is how our universes
Universes.
existence was preserved. However, for 500 years, you have been exiled from the world's affairs.
Not as
You
cool as the Goblin King,
are the
though.
left eye of the eyes of the world.
Could you dispense with the riddles and just tell me what these sodding eyes actually are?
Your years of slumber have caused you to forget many things, even as we stand on the verge of the resurrection of the Creator. The resurrection of Jubileus. There
Jubileus.
is but one way to return your epic of forgotten memories and open your eye of the Overseer. Your uncorrupted eye had to be exposed to the history it could not see. Ah. Your battles, your struggles, everything you've experienced in this town has been a stepping stone for your enlightenment. It has all been done for the left eye.
I've had enough of your philosophical pretensions. I won't ask again. Where did you get the girl?
Your question has been answered. All this has been done to awaken the left eye. For that, you had to see yourself once more.
You are truly beyond salvation, sage.
Ah, salvation. Such a curious word. I mark the path to salvation with light. However, no matter how brilliant that light grows, the darkness within the human heart grows even darker. Light, dark, and chaos between. Three realities, once split, shall be brought together to create a new universe in the image of the old. To these ends, leading to the Festival of Resurrection 500 years ago, I fanned the flames of terror, spurring on the witch hunts. However, despite the people's belief in the return of Jubileus, the creator, the left eye was out of reach.
I feel like they should have opened with this
Since then,
cutscene.
I have devoted myself to this town's prosperity.
I mean,
And
after
now
the
it is
cool
time
opening
for my
cutscene where you're falling
preparations
forever
to
on the
bear
giant clock tower, that was pretty sweet.
Jubileus will be resurrected. We will become the eyes of the world, and a new universe will
Become a Robert Jordan novel?
I could never call the man behind this nightmare father.
Thanks, dude. Appreciate that. Guy's an ass.
Great speech, big guy.
Luca,
Okay.
Getting a bit ahead of ourselves, aren't we, Mr. Big Shot Ithaval Executive? Salvation, light. You take this entrepreneurial philosophy a bit seriously, don't you? But it's all diarrhea of the mouth, if you ask me.
Logorrhea.
History is littered with famous genocidal figures, just like you. Or, should I say, infamous genocidal figures.
Ooh, that
You
hurts.
must be Luca, journalist extraordinaire.
I wonder what the original Japanese was for
I
that.
must say, I'm truly
Infamous, not
impressed you made
famous.
it this far, child. Like
That's
far,
a slightly different tone.
I suppose.
What?
Luca, Luca, Luca. Your father had problems with my philosophies. It's fine to investigate, but when malicious rumors start to spread, I must see to it that they come to a stop. For being kind enough to ascertain that my long-lost eraser was at the bottom of some lake, I granted him his final wish and accepted his permanent.
This is really unusual for Bayonetta.
You bastard!
You are of no use to me. However,
Angels the
I
whole
am not
time.
without dignity.
It's a scary way to
I would
die.
love to die in the same way as your father.
Nice. Nope, he's gone. Good try, though. Yeah, if you don't let them villains monologue, they'll be fussy all night.
I guess my plan.
Gotta read
has
them this
gone
story,
right
get them
out
some
the
more milk,
window.
let them monologue for a good 20 minutes.
Such a shame that sacrifice had to be made. But if destiny is not fulfilled soon, this tragedy will be repeated ad nauseum. Speaking of tragedy, I suppose you've met Jean. while she sealed you away and kept you from trouble after falling into our hands. She's been incredibly useful.
You guys gonna merge?
Although her distinct lack of obedience required a bit of mental reprogramming. Her tragic end led you directly to me, just as planned.
Exactly as planned.
The time for awakening the left eye is soon. Fear not, my dear, sweet.
Alright, so
Serene.
David Bowie's a bad guy, and David Bowie is Bayonetta's dad. He's an asshole. That was cool.
Do not fear your fate. Stand tall.
Does the name
my
Cereza
child.
have any, like,
Realize
mythological importance?
Your true potential.
This is like the first cutscene where we've seen Bayonetta losing at something, right? Oh, gross. It's like Last Crusade. Ouch. Oh right, it's like the beginning of the game, that's cool. Fight on a constantly falling platform. Exactly the voice you'd think he would. Father Baldur. Don't know if I'll finish this in time. We have about 14 minutes left. If I don't, it'll be okay. We'll finish it next time because I have Bayonetta 2 installed and ready to go. And we'll be able to switch directly into it even if we beat it very early. This is a cool boss fight though. Oh, he was just like, eh? Alright, that's happening. Who else does he voice? One guy from Bleach. Oh, that's fun. I haven't seen Code Geass. Cell and DBZ, okay. Nope, I did not press the evade button. Oh, fortunately it only did like 10 hit points of damage. Thought that was gonna be a game over right there. Oh god. Angel technology stuff is too funny. That was cool. Or which time game? Come on, you know you want to. Angel technology is highly advanced. You got satellites and everything. Imagine getting a perfect rating in this game is all about, like, studying all the enemies' moves so that you can perfect dodge all of them and get witch time every time. I think that you need to not ever get hit to get perfect ratings. I'm not 100% sure on that. Look at that hair monster. Cool. Stock glass breaking sound effects. Oh, yikes. Guy's got the no cell going on. Yeah, it's like once you miss a dodge once, you lose all of your built-up magic. You get one per actual dodge. Satellite power. Oh, he ran out? That's cool. Did not press the button in time again, but I didn't die at least. Come on. Ouch. Laser asshole. Bummer. Come on. That didn't work the way I wanted it to. Meteor Rain's pretty cool though. Oh, I was able to break that. That's cool. I didn't know that was possible. Cool.
Don't fuck with a witch.
Oh, I see. That's cool. It was a pretty cool sequence.
The Creator grace you!
You too, dude. Oh, it was kind of awesome. Because I don't know what I was expecting. And save the kid. Hey, Luca. Glad you're fine. Is that the equivalent of Southern Bless Your
I
Heart?
give you credit, Bayonetta.
I think so.
You never cease to impress.
You haven't seen the half of it.
I've seen enough. Well, that about wraps it up, huh?
Shoot your lipstick into his head. Glad we switched to the default costume. It's harder to see in some of the other Nintendo costumes.
Mommy. Daddy.
No need to be afraid, little one. The nightmare is over. Everything was just a dream. You're a strong little girl. There is nothing you cannot overcome.
Mommy,
What happened to Jean?
find it?
Jean?
What you were looking for?
White-haired Bayonetta?
Yes, I found
It said
it.
something about reprogramming
So
her,
don't you
but
worry
we didn't
anymore.
follow up on that. I thought maybe there's gonna be a
You
boss
just
fight
keep
against
your
her again.
treasure safe too.
Cause she's Bayonetta.
Sweet
What?
dreams, little one. Fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words.
Is that all mental, I guess? I mean, in terms of the inner child, I don't know. Oh, is that exactly what he wanted us to do? Come back to terms with the inner child?
When you love something, never lose it. Understand, little one?
It's gonna bring back
You must keep it
Jubileus,
safe, close to you.
not Yahweh.
I'm not afraid anymore, Mummy. No matter what. There's nothing I cannot do.
Bayonetta! What's happening to you?
Having a bad time over here.
And now it is done.
Of course.
The right eye
spooky
oversees
ghost.
the light. The left eye oversees the darkness. Two eyes to oversee the world. It was never the woman known as Bayonetta that I set my sights upon. It was you as a child, Cereza, that I saw. For she was the one who saw the world through innocent eyes, and she was the one who could give rise to a new history. It was her energy that could awaken the left eye. This has all worked out splendid.
Exactly what David Bowie wanted.
Let us begin, Cereza. The time is at hand.
Do you see what happens when you come at peace with your inner child, Bayonetta? Jeez. Maybe don't do that next time.
Now, the resurrection of
Stomp it down where it can
Jubileus
fester
shall be
quietly as a
completed.
mental illness.
We are the eyes overseeing the world. We are the eyes overseeing a new era, a new reality, to which we will devote ourselves eternally.
Well, that's what they are.
May Jubileus the Creator grace all its creation.
So how are we going to fight Jubileus from inside the eye? Interesting. I thought that was the final boss fight earlier. I guess it wasn't. Oh, there's still another chapter. Wow. Right on. Hey, silver. Hooray. It's like you're significantly less punished for using a consumable item than you are for healing. I'm sorry, than you are for dying.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's what you've been waiting for. Angel attack! Ready, fire!
They still let you angel attack after that, that's funny.
Round over.
Yeah, I mean, you can never really tell when the when you're close to the end of a Bayonetta game, I feel like, just because everything feels like it's the final boss. It's kind of what makes it special. Oh, interesting. This little girl moving it, presumably? Epilogue Requiem. Okay, that'll be a great way to start next session, right at time. We can beat that, which I assume if it's called Epilogue, that it's the actual final chapter, and then we can start Bayonetta 2 right after that. Thank you again for sharing this, Washu. Bayonetta is a really cool game. Alright, let's let you guys know what's coming up next.